As to the 60% screen, there is not something new. I became a principal technologist in 2015, and that is what we have been used on over the years, and it hasn't changed. But we see we do not always want to make certain statements to create direction, but it's important we state it. Yeah, as we speak, there are researchers who have the same qualification as principal technologists. We are all aware of that. But okay, thank you.
Thank you. I would want to kindly request that if you want to ask a question, you mention your name so that the reporters would be able to capture it. On the issue of the engagement, I remember very well that I was in your institute, so you know that we have engaged with you. I remember you because you are tall and I'm tall, except that you are too slim and I seem to be fat. But we have engaged, we have had a meeting with all the PTs and we told you that as NEC, as RSA, we do not have the powers to do anything about it in terms of changing what you take. But we have engaged with management. We have met management severally on this. We even told management that we have a discussion with the minister, the new minister, and it's one of the issues we will put to across to him again. So that answers the part of the engagement in your question. With the issue of having the same qualification, I think the explanation is clear, and we have said this before. Any research scientist receiving the 114, even though the value is not the same, let's use the 114. Anybody without a PhD receiving the 114 was already designated as a research scientist before that decision was taken by government. And you could not have gone back to say that we want to remove you. And there are instances where there were people who were designated as research scientists. They were given the deadline that if you do not finish your master's, you will be demoted. And this thing happened. So it's not a discrimination. Anytime there is a law passed or a policy that comes to force, it starts from a particular date, and people might have crossed the line before. And that is what is happening now. And all of them, some who were even still having BScs, were given a deadline. We didn't wait to finish, otherwise they were demoted, and this thing happened. So it's not as if there's been some form of discrimination, and that some people, even today, will be given a research scientist status, in which case they get 114 and others. If you know of anybody like that, please bring it up and we will address it. We will address it. Otherwise, that is the only reason. Some people crossed the line before. Personally, I came in with mental, but that is years ago. Now you cannot do that. And that is the reason, because things have changed. Yes.
Mr. President, I could remember when you came to our institute, we had an engagement. I believe that was
Yes. Please, I would ask that you ask your question because of time issue. Yes, please.
Our meeting, technologies from our what is the how many number of times have you had an engagement with management regarding
Correct. So on it can be some question.
I would like to know how many number of times you've met management of this organization. For education, I would also like to know with regards to remunerations for staff, whether you engage with management as well as the single spine. I don't know whether it's called single spine authority or the institution responsible. Do you engage with them also, or is only at management? Most of your responses, you are always referring to engaging with management.
Thank you. Is there any other question that? Yes, please. Can you please go on, please?
Yes, I want to find out concerning the organization of this year weekend. Last year was close dedication, which we all understood because of the COVID. And this year, even though the COVID is still around, members were expecting that once they pay their dues, everybody should be given an opportunity to come. I mean, what happened? That this year also, it is through a selected few. I think other members who are not around are not happy. And the reason cannot be assigned or ascribed to COVID because people are not happy that they are paying 120, whatever, about 50 for an ATM. And this year, they are not selected. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you guys want to take that final one, I'll respond to the treasurer's report.
I want to add this is I know that the time as the sector that's the ATM is being held, the members, everybody is allowed to come. What happens is that we are not housed. Then those who are coming from the other sector, for example, now that is in Southeast Asia, everybody in Southeast Asia is expected to be here. Now the northern sectors, are those to be housed. So or accommodated. So I'm surprised that things have changed because we have all taken. So I think I need more clarification. I want to just say something to what you mind. You see, even with the research staff with there is no PhD and PhD. So that one, there's nothing I think RSC is able to talk about that. When we are both on the bargaining, they give us conditions. So we have accepted. So we should all be encouraged to do our PhD and get what we want. Thank you. My name is Diana.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Please, I will respond to this and then we'll move on. Hello. Please, because of our colleagues on Zoom, if we make a lot of talking here, then it's difficult for them to be able to hear us. So I will plead that if you want to talk, just minimize it so that we don't disturb them. On how many times we have engaged management, I can't count. Anytime we had opportunity to meet DG and his team, and I can tell you that in my tenure it's not less than 6 times that we have engaged management. But I can't give you a specific time that we have met twice, 10 times or that. Because usually we don't count that I've met you once on this issue, I've met you twice. So I can't give you a definite answer. Why delegate aging? And I've mentioned this on our Zoom platform before, but I'll mention it But before that, it's a pity that you say this cannot be, or COVID cannot be the reason. I beg to differ. When we started this planning, and please you can check with Secretary Director or the LOC. The original plan was for us to go to Nogwa. There is a NAT call where they could house everybody. Then, someway through the planning, the COVID situation was increasing. GMA and radio, everybody was given a warning. In fact, there was a time that we were even afraid that the president was going to cancel all meetings. And we were hoping not. At that time, NEC tasked the LOC that please do parallel arrangement. One with NAT and one with the delegate meeting. If we want to consider the delegate meeting, look for a venue where we can have access to internet so that members can join. This continued till July. And for those of you who knows what goes into organizing a conference and AGM, you will know that you need time to plan. And it was becoming frustrating for the LOC. You call them and they will tell you that we really don't know which one to go because Nogwa is far, we don't know which areas or how we are planning. So it was not until the CG meeting in July, July 29th or so. Because of the rising numbers and because of the let's pick one. The CG agreed that we do a delegate meeting because of the COVID situation. The implication, as I mentioned, is that it has really increased our budget.
Vodafone crowd and no.
And it's because of the venue where we are having it. So, unfortunately, I have to point you. That is why we decided. I have for the past in the AGM that I have. So, it is not my will to say that let's do that. No, it would have been great to have everybody, because that's how the network you reach friends. Many of my friends that I have made with this years, it's not because I work with them, it's because of AGM. So that is the original plan. But unfortunately, we changed. We could not have, and we could not have thanked the LOC to say that please continue with the parallel planning. So that is the reason. Once we decided delegate meeting, then we could not have allowed all the members from Southern Zone hosting this. And that is the only reason. And I'm happy you raised it because several people on our platforms have asked why are we not being accommodated and all those. Yes, we agree that we have paid the dues, but the situation is said that we needed to do a delegate meeting. Otherwise, we were not sure of the COVID situation. And I can tell you, for example, if the conditions was like maybe it is today, we have gone to Nogwa. And even at the very last CD meeting, when was it? September. I asked members, September 29th, right? I asked CD members, do you want us to go back? And the response is no. CD is made up of the president and the secretaries of the various associations. Ask your president and secretary, and they will tell you. So it was a very painful decision, but at the time there was nothing to do. And that is why we are still trying to make sure that we will have Zoom for as many members as possible to join. We even offered, and for the first time, this has never been done, that we'll pay some amount of money for members to buy data. So it's a very difficult decision, but we needed to move on. If imagine September 29, we have asked February LOC, CG says that go to Nogwa again. They would go, but you can imagine the sort of work that has already gone in. But we're willing to
Let's
go
check
along
with
with that for the
right here on. Oh,
So whereas we have, as it were, prevented some members from joining us, in reality, we have really not prevented anybody from joining us through the Zoom. And that is a fact. That's a fact. There are several people who have appreciated that because they have, even if it was open, they couldn't have come. But we are not saying that that is the reason. The reason is the COVID situation. And if you like, you can check. April, May, almost every radio station, they were talking about the rising cases. And we were not sure of the uncertainty. We couldn't have predicted what was going to happen. So that was a decision that was taken by CG. All right. So I think we'll go on with the treasurer's report. Is it a new question or a clarification? Please, I think we'll hold on. If we have more time during the. It doesn't matter whether you are speaking on yourself, but it's time for people out there.
Thank you very much. What Madam said, and she reiterated what you said earlier.
Please.
I must develop a premise, please. Respect,
because we don't have much time.
like, just allow me. I will have to develop a premise.
Please be brief.
Yes. With regards to the market premium, Madam said, even those who are enjoying the 114%, there is differentiation between PhD and non-PhD holders. And you said it earlier on.
I never said that, please. I never said that. So I want you to note what I said and let's move on. What I said is that any research scientist enjoying 114 cross the line before the implementation of the single sign. And please stick to that.
Thank you very much for the question. But still on what she said.
No, I will not take what she said. You asked the question and
No,
I responded.
I'm going ahead to make my point.
Is it on the same issue that she said?
No.
Go ahead.
What I want to say is for the market premium for those on the research technologies, let's take it serious. And let us not create a division among ourselves. If you are advancing from what everyone has said, I might be wrong, but my judgment is that somebody feels I'm not affected. I will not fight on.
No, I will stop you there. Look, the issue here is that if all the principal technologies and the chief technologies get the 114, none of us here will be affected. It will never reduce how much I get. And that is our desire that all our members, and we are fighting on that. So for you to think that somebody is not happy, it's completely wrong, please. So the issue is what I have mentioned, and please.
No, I might advance, I have to say that because the moment you, at your level, start giving excuses.
No, I'm sorry, please. We will
No,
have to
I'm
go.
not.
We are not
Mr.
giving
President, you
excuses.
might not agree with me, but it's important I express
We are
what
not
I
giving
feel.
you excuses, please. We have given you the situation. It's not an excuse.
Thank you.
Thank you. So please, we are not giving any excuses. And I have seen several people thinking that there are divisions. I can tell you, there are no divisions as we work on members' welfare. So it's not like we have closed, no, we are all RS. We are all RS. So we don't want to create a situation that some people are being sidelined or not. We have spent majority of our time discussing issues on the welfare of the principal technologies. But as I said, I am hoping that after the scheduled program, because the DG will be coming at 4:30 and we don't want to shorten his time. But this issue we can pick up again when the DG comes here. So please, with your permission, we'll now invite the National Treasurer to present his report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon to you all. Mr. Chairman and National President, Dr. Kwame Chiudro, the Director General of CSIR, who is on his way, Professor Victor Ajima, and Deputy Director General, who I believe is also on his way, Professor Paul Bosu, Director of CSIR Science and Technology, who's hosting us, Dr. Wilhelmine Akwe, Directors and Deputy Directors present, CSIR Corporate Directors present, distinguished scientists, invited guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could borrow how the National Secretary mentioned, gentlemen. It is my singular honor to be here this afternoon to read the RSA's financial report and the year ended 18th October 2021. Mr. President and Mr. Chairman, may I zoom in on the statement of comprehensive income. So at the year ended 18th October 2021, under income we have dues and investment income. So at the year ended October 2021, the dues totaled 732,549 Ghana cedis, 39 pesos. And the investment on income was 5,514 Ghana cedis, 80 pesos. So the total income was 738,064 Ghana cedis, 19 pesos. And if you want the details of the investment income, you could go to notes 2 and 5 in the copies of you. Under expenditure, we have 3 items. The annual general meeting, as this year's annual general meeting, dues paid to locals and zonal, administrative expenditure for the National Executive Council and the Consolidated. So first item under expenditure, the AGM, which the total expenditure is 271,570 Ghana cedis, 46 pesos. And the dues paid to locals and zonals total 367,302 Ghana cedis, 81 pesos. Mr. Chairman, the administrative expenditure for NEC and CG totaled 129,573 Ghana cedis and 92 pesos. So if you add all these 3 items, we have 768,447 Ghana cedis, 19 pesos. So one may ask, how did you guys survive? Because the total income is way less than the expenditure. So the answer is that over the years, after the organization of the AGM, there are surpluses. So this quantum of money supports the NEC activities. So clearly, the amount we budget for NEC and CG activities for the year, you realize that the actual expenditure exceeds this amount. So if indeed we do not want to tamper with the AGM surpluses, then we have to increase the allocation for
I've missed you.
NEC activity.
Went and you didn't cram me.
In the notes, you see the breakdown of the 120.
All I heard was that girl was gone.
For EGM.
But I prayed. And God has brought you back. Me, I haven't gone on leave.
So may I move, Mr. President?
But I heard that of
the statement of financial position as at 18th October 2021. So the assets for the association, we have stock, receivables, treasury bill, and banks or our bank savings. So under stock, we have 34,360 Ghana cedis as at 18th October 2021. And the receivables total 70,465 Ghana cedis, 59 pesos. And treasury bill was 24,243 Ghana cedis, 56 pesos. The amount we have in our bank account is 132,981 Ghana cedis, 68 pesos. The total asset as at 18th October 2021 total 262,050 Ghana cedis, 83 pesos. Mr. Chair, for equity and liabilities, we have accrued charges under liabilities. And as at the year ending October 18th October 2021, the accrued charges total 68,067 Ghana cedis, 17 pesos. And equity, under which we have excess AGM dues, which is 193,983 Ghana cedis, 66 pesos. So the total equity and liabilities was 262,050 Ghana cedis, 83 pesos. And as I indicated earlier, when you want the details of these items under assets or equity and liabilities, you will go through the notes and the document I've shared with you. For instance, under receivables, we have note 8. So when you go there, realize that it's indicated that the dues or the debt that the locals own the NEC is something we see that definitely the locals are going to pay. So we consider it as receivable. And I'm happy to mention that most of the institutes are now debt free. We have cleared all the debts. I thought you were going to grant me. Just a few are still servicing their debt. And we are very patient. Very patient. We'll take it gradually according to the agreed amount. So, Mr. Chair, this ends the reading of the financial report, and I'm ready to answer questions on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take questions, we have the auditor. We would like him to also make a presentation of his opinion, and then we can go into the discussion. So, Mr. Patel, please, can you hear?
No, I'm going to get on that. Good evening, members. We are here to give you the report of the independent auditors of the members of the CSIR Research Staff Association National on the financial statements for the year ended 18th October 2021. Opinion. We have audited the financial statements of CSIR Research Staff Association, which comprises the statement of financial position as at
This video is off. This video is
October
off.
2021, and the statement of comprehensive income for the year ended, and the notes to the financial statement. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements give a true and fair view in all material respects.
Who muted him? He has muted himself. Yes, he's gone off. He's gone off. He is unmuted himself.
Where's the person? No, who is that person?
Who is that person? I can only ask someone. I can only ask someone to unmute.
The person speaking has muted himself.
We are having a slight technical challenge, but we'll come in a second. Please bear with us.
We would like to ask if there are any questions. Let's take the questions so that we don't waste too much time.
You are giving you right to unmute.
Yes, please.
He hasn't. I've tried to. I've asked him. I can't unmute him.
Who is that person?
The man.
Please.
What is his name?
John. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
So you can.
My name is Abdul. Yes, Mr. Treasurer, thank you for the presentation. I can see that your account of
he needs somebody. I asked him to unmute.
Thank you for that. But that's the result of the software that we use these days.
What's the name of the man?
I can see that your statement of comprehensive income, when you have figures in brackets, it means you have a deficit. And you explain that you were able to go around this deficit because of the surplus from the organization of the ATM in the previous year. So may I know how much was the surplus? And when you expended 30,383, how much was left? Thank you. I don't know whether you are okay. Process it. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. If you check the copy you have, so we have 2020 statement also there. Yes. So we could see
the excess income on expenditure. Yeah, exactly. So this is the total amount we have there. Yeah. So it's some of this amount that was used.
Mute.
Exactly.
Or mute you. Check your memory. Shadrach, see a man.
He's speaking.
Hello?
Okay. He's speaking now.
Yes.
Hello?
What is this?
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. Should I continue? Should I continue?
Yes, please continue. We can hear you.
Okay. Basis of opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with International Standards of Auditing, ISA. Our responsibilities under these standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the financial statements sections of our report. We are independent of the association in accordance with the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants Code of Ethics for professional accountants. Okay. An audit includes examination on a test basis of evidence relevant to the amounts and disclosures in the financial statements. It also includes assessment of accounting policies, judgments made by the executives in the preparation of the financial statements, and of whether the accounting policies are appropriate to the association's circumstances and are adequately disclosed and complied with. We planned and performed our audit so as to obtain all the information and explanations in all material respects, which we require in order to provide us with sufficient evidence to give reasonable assurance that the financial statements are free from material misstatements, whether caused by fraud or other irregularities or errors. We believe that the audit evidence we obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide the basis for our opinion. Responsibilities for the financial statement.